Hello friends, and g'day from New Zealand. Today we are riding the trails on my Kaimanawa wild horse Blessing, and we are going to chat with the devil herself, Meta AI, about how to train the algorithm. Now, as a small channel creator who has just achieved the ultimate goal of monetization, I can give you some advice based on personal experience. But I wanted to give you more than that. I wanted to give you the best value algorithm deep dive that you have ever seen, not some repetitive regurgitation from the big channels. So, being a wild hare, I went down the rabbit hole of the algorithm. Side note, hares do not live in holes. Therefore, there is no such thing as a hare hole. Back on topic. Number 1, and I will be saving the best for last, so it will be to your benefit to stick around. So, number 1 of 5, apparently 5 tips for improving views is a high-ranking title according to Meta. Now, I asked Meta what is the most common question people ask about algorithms, and her answer was, how can I increase my video views? So then I said, well, Meta, what is the best question I can ask about algorithms? So the best question that you could ask about the algorithm is to ask, what factors contribute to a video's visibility and ranking, and how do they interact? Of course, the logical next step was to ask this question. So I did. And the answer was, YouTube's algorithm considers over 80 ranking factors, including watch time, engagement, relevance, and audience retention. So, my first tip is focus on engaging your audience. I asked, well, how do we increase audience engagement? Now, Meta's answer was, use storytelling techniques, ask questions, set challenges, answer comments, conduct surveys or polls, make high quality, interesting, relevant, valuable videos that will inform, educate, and entertain the audience. So there you go, success in a nutshell. Tip number 2. Turn the Matthew effect into something that benefits you. So next, I asked Meta why 95% of YouTube channel creators hate the algorithm. Now, it was interesting to note that Meta did not deny the statistic that I just made up, which kind of implies that it might be easy to fool AI. Instead, Meta acknowledged the essential truth of my statement. She said small channel creators have a valid reason to hate the YouTube algorithm because it is biased in favor of larger channels with larger audiences. Now, I am also doing the hard yards, the heavy lifting, and taking one for the team by listening to the audiobook by Panos Loridas with the inspiring title, Algorithms, in which he explains the Matthew effect, which refers to the biblical verse Matthew 25:29. To those who have, more will be given, and those who have little, even that will be taken away. That's my paraphrase. Now, that has been interpreted to mean the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. But is that always true, and is that the correct interpretation of that Bible verse? You really have to look at the context. Now, that verse is right at the end of the parable of the talents. Anybody who's heard much Bible preaching will know that in the parable of the talents, a rich man who's going away gives, I think, 3 or 4 of his servants each a certain amount of talents, which was money. One of them buried their talent in the ground and hid it out of fear that it would be stolen. Another one invested it. Another one built a business. They all used their talents. Some had been given a little bit, some had been given more. But the one who didn't use the talent that he'd been given, who just hid it, he had his talent taken away and given to somebody who would use it. So this parable, this little story that Jesus told, is actually all about making the most of our opportunities and gifts in life. So for those who are diligent in improving their opportunities, an open door will be set before them, whereas the lazy, fearful person has their talent taken away and given to the diligent. Now, tip number 3. I asked, how can small channels overcome the algorithm bias against us? The answer was, make high quality, engaging content that is concise, informative, and entertaining. Okay, so wasn't that the same-ish answer as how to engage the audience? So I dug in deeper by asking, what does the YouTube algorithm consider to be high quality? Guess what? It's not your phone. Meta answered, invest in good camera equipment, good lighting, good editing software, and optimize your sound for high quality to rank higher in the algorithm. So I specifically asked, should I film with my 4K XTU GoPro-like camera instead of my phone? And the answer was yes. Now this is one thing I can switch to and experiment with to see if my videos rank higher using the better camera. In fact, I am doing that right now in this video. Now, tip number 4. The YouTube algorithm has other biases in addition to favoring the haves over the have-nots. It favors longer content over 10 minutes because that increases watch time and engagement, according to Meta. The other biases Meta admits to is that the YouTube algorithm prioritizes watch time over views and rewards sensational, even clickbaity content. Now keep that in mind when choosing titles and making thumbnails. Another bias was towards consistency. Meta recommended posting at least once a week, but 3 to 5 times a week was better. Now, tip number 5 is to create your own hybrid niche to optimize and increase the number of advertisers who can be placed on your channel. Now, this is something I haven't heard anybody else say. So if you've stayed this long, you are being rewarded with some insider info straight from the horse's mouth, or from Meta AI's mouth. First off, let's understand the term hybrid niche. This means combining 2 niches on one channel, such as comedy and finance. This is an example Meta gave me, which will mean more revenue opportunities for YouTube and more reward for you as well when you're in the partner program. If the algorithm analyzes your channel with its 80+ factors and concludes that you are a good channel for placing a diversity of advertisements on, then it's going to start offering your videos to more people, more views. So, create a hybrid niche. I asked Meta for examples, and it said, Combine technology reviews with a gaming channel. Combine food with a travel channel. Combine personal finance and entrepreneurship. Now, none of these hybrids were relevant to me, so I asked, what can a pet entertainment channel combine with? The answer was, combine pet care with small channel creation. Use keywords like pet channel growth and YouTube algorithm for pet creators. Target pet content creators with optimization tips, algorithm hacks, and growth strategies. Now, for a last bonus tip, because you are such a lovely, engaged audience who are planning to leave me a nice comment, I asked Meta, what are some gaps in the market that would be really smart to jump into where there's not much competition? The answer is, emerging niches with low competition include sustainable living, mental health for men, accessible travel, eco-friendly fashion, pet-friendly homes, and plant-based cooking. So, as diligent small channel creators, we can overcome the bias of the algorithm and get more impressions and higher ranking by posting consistently 3 to 5 times a week and improving our quality using better camera, better lighting. We can study and research how to embed storytelling hooks at the beginning of our videos. We can research how to make more intriguing titles, more attractive thumbnails. We can improve our talents. We can use and practice our talents. We can optimize our tags and our SEO, search engine optimization. We can practice getting better at talking on camera. We can pretend that we are talking to our best friend or our mom instead of some scary unknown stranger. So let's not hide our talents, little channels. We can do it. The open door is before us. I want to thank you for riding with me today. God bless you. And until next time, happy trails!